In nature, the changing of seasons and weather is an important balance. With collecting, for some, themes and the changing of themes is an equally important balance.
So, I know a lot of the my fellow jersey heads out there, like they have like these. Some of them will come up with like these themes for their collections. They'll just focus on one thing or another. I know, like for example, Big Baby is doing these great things now, making his own jerseys. He's kind of stripping jerseys and turning them into players that he wants. And they kind of represent the city of Detroit. Some of the great basketball players that went on to do some really good things or great things in the NBA. Just notable for him and for the city of Detroit. And that's great. I mean, that's just really it shows a lot of great civic pride on his part, and I think it's really awesome what he does. And I know some collectors, they'll just go after game-worn jerseys. They'll just go after, maybe the vintage jerseys. They kind of stay away from Mitchell and Ness or whatever. Or they'll just go after the older run Mitchell and Ness, jerseys. Maybe some collectors just go after hockey. Maybe some collectors just go after baseball, basketball, football, what have you. I guess I really don't have a theme. I guess my theme is more what I like. If something kind of pops to me, if there's a jersey, if it represents maybe a moment that I remember, like from my youth, or a player from that moment, or from that era, I should say, or if I wasn't even around for it, if it was before my time, it's just a player, it's just a jersey that I really think just is awesome and pops, and I want to get it, like the old Chargers jerseys, like the Lance Allworth, or I mean, they did wear them during my time, but I wasn't really old enough to appreciate them, like the Creamsicles, Tampa Bay Buccaneer jerseys, like those rookie Steve Young, or the Doug Williams jerseys, what have you. It's just, and it's hard to explain because some might look at it like hoarding, like being a hoarder. Oh, you just grab anything. There is a rhyme and reason to it. It's just if I just think a jersey just pops, it's just something I have to have in the collection. If it's like a style, if it's like an overall look, certainly something with like an anniversary patch or a championship, series or game patch or something like that. I mean, patches always make jerseys pop, so even more. So, that will draw my eye. But I guess in a way there are sort of themes, it's kind of pseudo themes in the collection, because I have a lot of the 90s NBA. That's when I really got into sports, was in the 90s. So and the NBA was my favorite sport back then. So basketball, of course. So I have a lot of the 90s NBA, Mitchell and Ness, and some vintage, not a lot, but some. Running backs is my favorite position in football, so I have a lot of running backs jerseys, and those heat pressed or screen printed name and number jerseys. I mean, I love those. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you guys know. I mean, I love those heat pressed, screen printed football, basketball, whoever wore them. In fact, I even have a hockey one. I just love them. So I have a lot of those. So I guess in some ways I have themes, but I don't really have that central theme, in the collection. It's just kind of all-encompassing. But it's, it is what it is. I mean, that's just how I do it. It would be really hard for me. I will admit to that. It would be really hard for me to stick to something, because I do have ADD. So for me to kind of concentrate and just focus, it really doesn't happen very easily. So I'm always kind of in one place and the other. I guess you can kind of see that with the collecting. Like, I always thought, like, this time of year when it's colder and it's like the winter months, and we're starting to really get into it now. It's late December. about to be January, and I always thought that, okay, well, these are the great months to just go after hockey jerseys, and that, let me just, accumulate, hockey jerseys because they're great to wear this time of year. But then again, what happens is, someone will post something on one of the groups, and that would just get me, thinking. Like, someone posted a really nice football jersey. It's like, oh yeah, let me see if they got any of those on eBay, or, like, I'll just be on eBay looking and I'll see something, and it just kind of triggers, the attention to go to look for others of the similar thing. Or sometimes when you click on an auction and you're looking at it, they'll give you like, other auctions that are similar, and then you'll be like, ooh, oh, they have this, ooh, they have that, and it's just, eBay doesn't help me. eBay doesn't help me focus. I'll tell you that. eBay is not good for people with ADD. I'll certainly attest to that. But it's like just the other day I saw a Eddie George, an authentic Eddie George Titans jersey, and it just happens that I picked up a Titans hat the other day at Ross, and I by getting that hat. And then I saw in the store, I I guess it's a new kind of throwback, new jersey, but it's a Nike, it was an Eddie George jersey, and it was too big. Even though I can wear them big, yeah, that was too big for me. But it kind of triggered in my mind, it's like, oh, let me go on eBay, see about Eddie George jerseys, and in particular, I want to try to get his Super Bowl jersey done up. That was, of course, the Super Bowl that the Titans lost by a yard, on the last play. But I have the Marshall Faulk Mitchell and Ness one, and I always wanted one of the Titans ones from that game, too. And Eddie George was like, if I had to pick a favorite player from that Titans team, it was Eddie George. The Philadelphia ties and all that, and, of course, running back. So, all due respect to Steve McNair, rest in peace. But Eddie George was, like, my favorite player from that team. So, if I had to get one Titans jersey from that game, it would be Eddie George. And I found an authentic Puma Tennessee Titans jersey, Eddie George jersey. And for those of you who know or don't know, the Titans and the Rams that year wore Puma. That was the jersey that a lot of the NFL teams wore, that manufactured a lot of the jerseys and the gear from that. It was very brief. It was like a season or two maybe, but they wore the Puma jerseys in that game. So I found an authentic Eddie George, the navy and light blue, the colors that they wore in that game, Tennessee Titans jersey, and I want to get that, and I want to get the Super Bowl patch from that year, slap it on there, and there you go. And that's just one of those examples where it's like such a random thing. I'm out looking in Ross, I see this Eddie George jersey, I get a Titans hat. I guess it was like subliminal messaging, right? I get this fitted Titans hat, and I'm like, when I get home, I want to take a look and see if I can find Eddie George. I wasn't expecting to see an authentic Puma one, but just, what they had on eBay, and that's just one of those examples of where, you just don't expect it. It's just like that. Then your mind just goes somewhere else. It's like I was all in the hockey mode, and then I see a few people posting on the groups, I see a few things on eBay, and boom, I'm right back in the football mode. It just happens that way. But yeah, I mean, getting off topic, right? That's the ADD, right? Getting off topic, back to topic. I mean, central theme in my collection is, if you want to call it a theme, it's what MightyFan likes, which is a lot of things. But that's basically the theme of my collection. I guess that you can say the theme of my collection is MightyFan. Yeah, you got a little flickering here. Hopefully the weather outside doesn't knock out the power. Actually, you know what? I think that's just this light. I always have to mess with the knob a bit. I just changed the bulbs in there too, but oh yeah, you see, now if I did this, there. Back to normal. I don't know. This house is like me. It has a few quirks, so, anyhow. Eddie George authentic Puma jersey. Hope to get that at some point and get that Super Bowl patch put on there. But yeah, I guess that's what I have to say about themes. And you're really not going to find a central theme in my collection. It's all over the place. It's like me. It's all over. It's everywhere. Yeah, I mean, having multiple
jerseys for the same player. I mean, a lot of collectors like myself. I mean, it happens. I mean, there might be a player that was on different teams. You just like the style that the teams wore, and you get their jerseys. I have a few players that I have multiple jerseys of. I mean, players I grew up with, obviously Michael Jordan, obviously, like Barry Sanders. I mean, this is one of the guys I grew up with too. And this jersey in particular was like the most holy grail, to put it in Big Baby's terms, that I wanted in my collection. It took me about 8 years to get this. And this is the original run of it. I know they made a current run, China run, earlier in the year, but this is the original run, Dion, rookie Falcons. That's the rookie red. That's my baby. This this jersey is my Stanley Cup, because it took me so long to get this. It eluded me so many times, and I finally got it. And like I said, I mean, if like the woman from Collector Intervention came to the house and like eyeballed this for me to move, she's leaving. I don't care how good you look, you're out the door. So anyhow, so this is one. This is the example, because it was only a matter of time, right? Once I got the home version, that I had to get the away version too. It's basically the same jersey, just a different color and different colorways and stuff. But it's and then of course after that, I got the other jerseys for Dion. I got the they're in here somewhere. I got his 91 Falcons with the 25th patch in here somewhere. I think there it is. You can kind of see it. It's a China run. It's a newer run, but got that one. Trust me, it's in there. I should have probably pulled them all out, but it's in there. Yeah, there you go. And see, there's the sleeve anyhow. Then I got from Ron, I got the 249er jerseys. I got the 294. I got the I got the like throwback older 49er look, and then I got the one they wore in the Super Bowl. So all told, I have 6 Dion jerseys, but I'm actually working on getting a couple others. One from Ron and one from Big Slim. So, prime time. Anyhow, yeah. So that is an example of a player that I have multiple jerseys of, and the reason for that, just because some of the jerseys are hot, man. Those old Falcon jerseys, you can't go wrong with those, and then of course his Niner jerseys. I hate Dallas, so I at some point I may have to, though, because the double star is a jersey I want to get in my collection, just because of the look. I hate the team, but I respect that jersey, if that makes any sense. And that's more of the collector, certainly not fan. So that one would just be for the collection, if anything else. So, yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the pride and joys of Mighty Land. This is the Bulls closet. Okay, so we have a whole closet here devoted to the Chicago Bulls. Some people might have a rack. Some people might have, so I got a closet. So, see, Mitchell and Ness, they don't even have a closet, okay? I got a closet. You got to think about that. So, anyhow, this is all the Bulls jerseys. So there's about 14 Michael Jordan jerseys in here. Most are Mitchell and Ness, and then we got some oddballs in here too. A couple of the old Mitchell and Ness Bulls jerseys. We got Theus and Gilmore. Got Pippen and Rob in there too. So, the hat's all on top. We got the 2 shoot-arounds. This is the vintage champion. Then we got the Mitchell and Ness home back here. So, yeah. Big, Bulls Michael Jordan fan growing up. So, I still drink the Gatorade because, sometime I dream that he is me, like MightyFan. Mike wants to be like MightyFan. Come on, that was good. You didn't expect that, did you? Come on. No, when I was younger, it was the sports cards. So,
had all the different sports cards for like Jordan and Pippen and all these different players, you know, and you would collect multiple cards. So now with the jersey collecting, it's jerseys. The jerseys have replaced the cards. So you basically have a bunch of different, you know, Michael Jordan jerseys in here. There's All-Star jerseys, there's Finals jerseys, there's rookie jerseys, there's, you know, all the different, you know, the Space Jam jersey, you know, just a whole bunch of stuff, you know, that they make. And I was a big Mike fan growing up, so a bunch of his jerseys in there. Still need that 96 All-Star, though. Come on. Which one this? Let's get on that one. Reissue it. Come on. You know you want to. You're itching. It's right there. You just have to put it out again with the right 2 in the back, and we'll be good. But yeah, so Jordan is probably one of the best examples of a player that I have multiple jerseys for. Allen Iverson, of course. Pistol Pete. I got quite a few Pistol Pete jerseys too, because he was awesome. So, you know, got a bunch of those. I got you know, different players, like players that I grew up with and really liked, like Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders. There's a few in there other than that I'm just blanking on right now, but it's a little late. I'm just still all in awe of this. This is like, whoa, you know, I get a little perplexed after I see this, because this is a lot of goodness from when I was growing up, you know. So this is oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Anyhow, so yeah, that's definitely an example of one of the players that I have multiple jerseys of. In this case, a team that I have multiple jerseys of, and attire, because doubles. Okay, you guys have visited the Bulls closet long enough. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now. Why are you not leaving? You're not leaving. Okay. Okay. I know what I can do. I can turn this off. So I'm gonna do that. So anyhow, that's the Bulls closet. If you guys just want to peek at it one more time. Oh. Anyhow, that's good. Anyhow, that. So there you go. That's one of the examples of multiple jerseys for one player. One of them, anyhow. So, how are you? Alright, so Dennis Santos asked me if I had to keep 10 jerseys, what 10 would they be? And that's a tough one, obviously. So, but I had to do some thinking on it, and I think I got the 10. So number 1, obviously, would be the rookie red 89 Dion Mitchell and Ness original run of that one. I'll have to go with that 85 original run made in USA Jordan All-Star jersey, because that would be a pretty difficult one to get back. So that's 2. 3 would probably be, I have a World Series jersey for the Phillies that I got just after they won, a little bit after they won the same year in '08. Brad Lidge jersey, and it has the Phillies World Series, champs patch on there. So that's just a pretty top memory for me. So I would keep that one. 4 would be my custom Andrew Toney Sixers Mitchell Ness jersey. That would be 4. 5. I'd probably have to go with the Don Maynard New York Titans jersey, because that one is really rare. Mitchell Ness, you hardly ever see it, and I was fortunate enough to get one, so I would have to hold on to that. So that would be 5. 6, I would have to go with my Spencer Haywood Sonics jersey, because that is another difficult one to come across and get. Usually when you see it, it's like not only is it hard to find, but usually when you see it, the seller wants a tremendous amount for it. So it's an awesome jersey. So, and it's rare. So I would definitely keep that. That's 6, I think. 7 and 8 would be 2 Isaiah Thomas jerseys I have. The full name Isaiah Thomas home Pistons jersey, and the alternate rookie Silver Dome special, the silver Pistons jersey I have. That would be 7 and 8. 9, I would have to go with the. I'm trying. I had these before. Just trying. I should have wrote these down. I'm just trying to do it off the top of my head like I usually do. But 9, I would have to go with the Wilbert Montgomery Eagles 1980 white jersey I have. That one is one you just next to never see. I was glad to get it. And it also represents the jersey they wore when they beat Dallas in the 1980 NFC Championship. So he had a big part in that game. So I would have to keep that one. And finally, we get to number 10. And so 10, I will have to go with. I would have to go with. See, there's a couple in there, and if I had to choose one, I'll probably go with. You know what? Because he was my first favorite Sixer and one of my all-time favorite Philadelphia athletes, I'd have to go with Allen Iverson, the original run, USA run, Sixers alternate, the blue, the Phila jersey. I got that last year, and it's just, it's an amazing jersey, and I know that's one that, I might be able to recoup at some point, but, since I was, huge Iverson fan, he was one of my first favorite Sixers and one of my first favorite players, I would have to go with that one as number 10, just for that. It's the original run of it, and it's also AI, so I gotta do that. So, anyhow, thanks for the question to Dennis Santos. Hope that answered it. That's gonna do it. Although it is hypothetical because all my jerseys are Mitchell and Ness certainly are staying with me for quite a while. So, but if I ever had to pick just 10, that would be the 10. So there you go.